Sigma ladies, let's start with something most people will never admit. A lot of advice about happiness is loud because it's insecure. It assumes you need constant stimulation, endless affirmation, and other people's approval just to feel okay. That advice was never meant for you. A Sigma female doesn't build happiness by stacking more noise into her life. She builds it by removing what drains her, by choosing depth over drama, by valuing calm more than applause. If you've ever felt most powerful when no one was watching, if you've ever chosen peace over popularity and meant it, this video will feel uncomfortably accurate. These aren't surface-level tips. These are the quiet mechanics behind a Sigma woman's happiness. Today, we're breaking down what truly makes a Sigma female happy, not what looks good online, not what sounds nice in quotes, but what actually works when the camera is off and the door is closed. If this kind of grounded, intelligent content speaks to you, make sure you subscribe to Wisdom Ways and become part of the Sigma Lady Space. This channel is built for women who think deeply and move intentionally. Now let's begin. 1. The quiet throne. A Sigma female's happiness begins in a place most people are afraid to sit with: silence. Not empty silence, not awkward silence, but chosen silence. The kind that clears mental clutter and restores internal authority. The quiet throne is the state where you no longer need constant input to feel alive. You don't need background noise, endless conversations, or emotional stimulation to validate your existence. For a Sigma woman, solitude is not a fallback, it's a strategy. This is where she hears her own thoughts without interruption, where her nervous system stops bracing for demands, where her identity sharpens instead of dissolving into other people's expectations. Most people fear being alone because they've never learned how to be present with themselves. A Sigma female learns the opposite lesson early or painfully. Peace is not found through connection alone, but through sovereignty. When she sits alone, she's not scrolling to escape discomfort. She's processing, observing, planning, resting. This is where her confidence regenerates. The quiet throne is also about control over access. When you own your solitude, you stop explaining why you need it. You stop apologizing for disappearing. You stop negotiating your recharge time like it's a luxury instead of a requirement. This is a form of happiness that doesn't spike and crash. It stabilizes you. It makes your reactions slower and your decisions cleaner. Practical truth. A Sigma female schedules solitude the way others schedule social time. It's blocked, protected, non-negotiable. She knows that without this space, she becomes reactive, drained and slightly disconnected from herself. With it, she becomes grounded, observant, and emotionally self-sufficient. The quiet throne is where her power feels effortless, no audience required. 2. Selective access energy. A Sigma female does not confuse openness with availability. One of the deepest sources of her happiness is knowing that not everyone gets access to her time, her thoughts, or her emotional world. She understands that access is a form of currency, and she spends it deliberately. Selective access energy means she does not live in constant response mode. She does not allow her phone, her inbox, or other people's expectations to dictate her inner state. Her attention is not public property. This is not about arrogance, it's about self-respect. Most people are unhappy because their lives are porous. Everyone's emotions leak into them. Everyone's problems become their responsibility. A Sigma female closes unnecessary doors, not out of cruelty but out of clarity. She understands something subtle but critical. Being reachable to everyone makes you unavailable to yourself. Her happiness increases the moment she stops explaining why she's unavailable. She no longer over-communicates. She no longer justifies distance. She simply lives according to her bandwidth. Selective access energy also applies emotionally. She does not overshare with people who haven't earned trust. She does not reveal vulnerabilities to those who haven't demonstrated consistency. This protects her from disappointment, resentment, and emotional exhaustion. Because of this, her relationships feel lighter, cleaner, more intentional. People who earn access value it more. People who don't often fall away. And that's part of the happiness. Less noise, fewer obligations, more space to think and feel clearly. A Sigma female knows that peace is not about being understood by everyone. It's about being aligned with herself. Practical truth. She mentally categorizes people. Inner circle, limited access, observers. Not everyone moves closer over time. Some stay exactly where they belong. This discernment isn't cold, it's precise. Selective access energy allows her happiness to remain stable regardless of other people's moods. She doesn't absorb chaos that isn't hers. She doesn't carry emotional weight she didn't pack. This is how she stays calm in a world addicted to urgency. 3. The no that feels like oxygen. There is a specific kind of happiness that arrives the moment a Sigma female stops over-explaining herself. It's not loud, it's not dramatic. It feels like air returning to the lungs. For a long time, many women are conditioned to believe that saying no requires justification, that boundaries must be softened so others don't feel uncomfortable, that being agreeable is safer than being honest. A Sigma female unlearns this, and the unlearning itself becomes a source of happiness. The no that feels like oxygen is not about rebellion, it's about alignment. When a Sigma woman says no, she's not rejecting people, she's choosing herself. She understands that every yes costs energy, time, and attention, and she refuses to spend those resources on things that quietly drain her. This kind of happiness shows up when your calendar finally reflects your priorities instead of other people's emergencies, when you're no longer resentful because you stopped volunteering for situations that never served you. The key shift is internal. She no longer asks, "How will this make them feel?" before asking, "How will this affect me?" That doesn't make her selfish, it makes her sustainable. The Sigma female learns that resentment is often the bill for unpaid boundaries. So she stops taking emotional loans she can't afford. She declines invitations that feel heavy. She exits conversations that feel manipulative. She walks away from dynamics that demand too much explanation. And the happiness comes from the absence of inner conflict. When you say yes while wanting to say no, your body knows, your tone changes, your energy drops, your peace erodes. The Sigma female listens to those signals and acts on them early. At first, saying no can feel uncomfortable. That's conditioning leaving the body. Over time, it feels clean, neutral, powerful. She also understands that clarity is kinder than compliance. A clean no is more respectful than a resentful yes. Practical application. She practices short refusals. No long apologies, no dramatic stories, no emotional cushioning, just truth, delivered calmly. "I can't commit to that. That doesn't work for me. I'm not available." And then silence. The oxygen comes from realizing the world does not collapse when you protect your boundaries. In fact, the right people adjust, the wrong ones reveal themselves. This clarity becomes happiness because her life starts to feel lighter, less cluttered, less crowded with obligations she never wanted. The no that feels like oxygen gives her back ownership of her time. And time, for a Sigma female, is peace in its purest form. 4. Micromastery rush. A Sigma female does not rely on external applause to feel fulfilled. One of her deepest, most consistent sources of happiness is something almost invisible to others: quiet progress. Micromastery rush is the satisfaction that comes from getting better at something for yourself, not for status, not for validation, not to post it online, just because growth feels good. This could be learning a new skill, strengthening discipline, improving health, sharpening communication, or mastering emotional regulation. The key is that it's intentional and self-directed. A Sigma female understands that stagnation is silent misery. Growth, even small, creates momentum, and momentum creates happiness. What makes this different from hustle culture is the scale. She doesn't overwhelm herself with massive goals that require burnout. She focuses on small, controllable improvements that compound. 10 minutes a day, one concept mastered, one habit tightened. This creates a steady internal reward system. Every small win reinforces self-trust. Every completed promise strengthens her relationship with herself. The micromastery rush is addictive in a healthy way. It replaces the need for external dopamine hits. She doesn't need constant entertainment or drama because she's engaged in her own evolution. This also makes her emotionally resilient. When life feels uncertain, she can anchor herself in progress. Even when circumstances are unstable, her effort remains consistent. There is also privacy in this happiness. No one can take it from her. No one can diminish it, because it's not dependent on recognition. A Sigma female often keeps her growth quiet on purpose. She understands that announcing goals invites noise, opinions, and pressure. Silence protects focus. She measures herself against yesterday, not against others. Practical application. She keeps a private record of progress, not to brag, to remember. A list of skills learned, habits built, limits strengthened. On difficult days, she looks at that list and remembers who she's becoming. The micromastery rush creates a calm confidence. She knows she can learn. She knows she can adapt. She knows she can improve. That knowledge alone creates happiness because it removes fear of stagnation. She trusts her ability to move forward step by step. In a world obsessed with instant results, this slow, quiet competence becomes her edge and her peace. 5. The soft power routine. A Sigma female's happiness doesn't come from motivation. It comes from structure, not rigid schedules that feel like cages, but soft routines that stabilize her life. The soft power routine is the quiet system that keeps her grounded when emotions fluctuate and circumstances change. Most people wait to feel motivated before they act. A Sigma woman knows better. She builds routines that work even on low-energy days. This is where her calm strength comes from. Her routine is not about productivity theater, it's about reducing friction. When decisions are minimized, mental energy is preserved. And when mental energy is preserved, peace follows. She creates anchors in her day, simple, repeatable actions that signal safety to her nervous system. Morning hydration, movement, a few minutes of planning, evening shutdown rituals. These small acts tell her body, you are in control. This creates happiness because chaos is exhausting. Uncertainty drains emotional reserves. A predictable rhythm, even a loose one, becomes a form of emotional self-care. The soft power routine also protects her from external disruption. When life throws surprises, she has a baseline to return to. This keeps her from spiraling or overreacting. There is also dignity in consistency. She doesn't need dramatic reinvention every week. She refines what already works. A Sigma female designs her routine around how she actually functions, not how social media says she should. She listens to her energy patterns. She adjusts without guilt. Practical truth, her routine is flexible but respected. She doesn't abandon it for convenience. She doesn't apologize for it to others. Over time, this structure creates freedom, less decision fatigue, less emotional volatility, more clarity. And that clarity becomes happiness because her days feel intentional, not accidental. 6. Emotional detachment, done right. A Sigma female is often misunderstood as cold. In reality, she feels deeply. She just doesn't let emotions hijack her behavior. Emotional detachment done right is one of the most misunderstood sources of her happiness. This is not suppression, this is regulation. She allows herself to feel anger, sadness, disappointment, attraction, excitement. But she creates space between the feeling and the reaction. That space is where her power lives. Most unhappiness comes from impulsive emotional responses. Over-texting, over-explaining, overreacting. A Sigma female learns to pause. She asks herself, is this emotion asking to be felt or acted on? Often, it only needs acknowledgement, not action. This creates happiness because she stops creating secondary problems. She doesn't turn temporary emotions into permanent consequences. She also detaches from other people's emotional projections. Someone else's mood does not automatically become her responsibility. Someone else's urgency does not dictate her timeline. This emotional independence gives her peace. She still cares, but she doesn't carry what isn't hers. Practical application. She delays responses when emotionally activated. She sleeps on decisions. She allows clarity to arrive. Over time, this makes her feel internally safe. She trusts herself not to sabotage her own peace, and that trust is happiness. 7. The private victory glow. There is a special kind of joy that only exists in privacy. The private victory glow is the happiness a Sigma female feels when she achieves something without announcing it, healing without explaining, saving without posting, improving without validation. This glow is quiet but deep. It's rooted in self-respect. A Sigma woman understands that not everyone needs access to her journey. Silence protects progress. It keeps her goals clean and free from external interference. She doesn't hide out of fear. She hides out of wisdom. This creates happiness because her wins belong fully to her. They are not diluted by opinions, comparisons, or expectations. She also avoids the pressure of performance. When you announce goals publicly, failure becomes shame. When you move quietly, failure becomes feedback. The private victory glow builds confidence that doesn't fluctuate with attention. Practical truth. She shares selectively and intentionally, not for validation, but for connection. This keeps her grounded and emotionally stable. Quick pause, Sigma ladies. If this video is helping you think more clearly, set stronger boundaries, and build a calmer inner life, you can support the channel through Buy Me a Coffee. The link is in the description and pinned in the first comment. Your support helps keep this space thoughtful, focused, and free from noise. 8. The luxury of being unimpressed. One of the most underrated sources of a Sigma female's happiness is her ability to remain unimpressed, not cynical, not bitter, simply grounded. The luxury of being unimpressed means she is no longer easily swayed by trends, titles, appearances, or performative success. She doesn't chase what sparkles, she evaluates what lasts. Most unhappiness is rooted in comparison. A Sigma female exits that game entirely. She understands that what excites the crowd often has nothing to do with fulfillment. Loud lifestyles, constant upgrades, and external validation look appealing from the outside, but they often come with hidden costs, debt, anxiety, and emotional emptiness. By being unimpressed, she protects her peace. She no longer feels pressured to keep up. She doesn't need the newest thing to feel worthy. She doesn't equate attention with value. This creates happiness because her desires become clean, simple, intentional. She buys what serves her. She pursues what aligns with her values. She walks away from what feels hollow. There is also power in discernment. When you are not easily impressed, manipulation loses its grip. Marketing loses its pull. Social pressure loses its voice. A Sigma female sees through illusion quickly, and that clarity saves her energy. Practical application. Before wanting something, she pauses and asks, do I want this because it improves my life, or because it improves how I look to others? That question alone eliminates most unnecessary wants. The luxury of being unimpressed gives her a quiet superiority that doesn't need to dominate. It simply observes, chooses, and moves on. And that calm selectiveness becomes happiness because her life is no longer cluttered with things she never truly wanted. 9. Relationship minimalism. A Sigma female does not measure her happiness by the number of people around her. She measures it by the quality of connection. Relationship minimalism is the intentional choice to maintain fewer, cleaner relationships rather than many complicated ones. This does not mean she avoids people. It means she avoids emotional labor that isn't reciprocal. She understands that every relationship costs energy, and unmanaged relationships can quietly drain joy from life. A Sigma female pays attention to how she feels after interactions: energized or exhausted, calm or agitated, clear or confused. She chooses relationships that feel stable, respectful, and low drama. This creates happiness because her emotional world becomes predictable. She's not constantly managing misunderstandings, jealousy, or unspoken expectations. She also releases the belief that she must maintain relationships out of history, obligation, or guilt. If something no longer fits, she lets it go without cruelty and without drama. Her friendships feel like rest, not work. Practical truth: she doesn't chase closeness. She allows it to develop naturally. She lets people show her who they are over time. Relationship minimalism protects her emotional bandwidth. And when emotional bandwidth is preserved, happiness becomes sustainable. 10. The exit button. Mindset. Perhaps the most powerful source of a Sigma female's happiness is knowing she can leave. The exit button mindset is not about running away. It's about never being trapped. She builds her life so that options exist. Financial options, emotional options, professional options. This creates a deep, quiet confidence. When you know you can leave a situation, it stops controlling you. You negotiate from strength. You tolerate less disrespect. You feel less fear. A Sigma female prepares without announcing it. Savings, skills, independence, support systems. Because of this, she stays in situations by choice, not by necessity. This creates happiness because freedom reduces anxiety. Even if she never presses the exit button, knowing it's there changes how she moves. She is calm because she is capable. Practical application. She always maintains an exit strategy, not out of pessimism, but out of self-respect. This mindset makes her resilient, adaptable, unshakable, and that sense of inner security becomes one of her deepest forms of happiness. Sigma ladies, if you listen closely, you'll notice something about everything we covered in this video. None of these sources of happiness are loud. None of them depend on approval. None of them require you to become someone else. That's not an accident. A Sigma female's happiness is built inward, not displayed outward. It's not something she performs, it's something she protects. It lives in the silence she chooses, in the boundaries she enforces without drama, in the progress she makes without witnesses, in the relationships she simplifies, in the calm confidence of knowing she can walk away from anything that threatens her peace. This is not the happiness of constant excitement. It's the happiness of stability, of self-trust, of knowing who you are, what you tolerate, and what you will never negotiate again. And the most important part, this kind of happiness compounds. The more you practice it, the less you crave chaos. The less you crave chaos, the clearer your mind becomes. The clearer your mind becomes, the stronger your life feels. If even one of these points resonated, don't rush past it. Sit with it, apply it, let it change how you move this week. You don't need to overhaul your life overnight. Sigma growth is quiet, precise, relentless in the best way. This space was created for women like you, women who don't need permission to be calm, women who don't need an audience to be powerful, This is the Sigma Lady. Now take this calm with you. Step back into your world a little quieter, a little sharper, and a lot more unshakable. Until next time, if you'd like to support the channel and help us continue creating content for Sigma ladies who value depth over noise, you can do so through Buy Me a Coffee. The link is in the description and pinned in the first comment. Your support keeps this space intentional, independent, and focused.